I'm a little scared.
This is one of the favorite things I've been handed, like hands down.
Excited, right? Happy and excited, yeah, so.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the 2-Button Brass Excerpt Challenge. So this week on the show, the guys have 5 minutes to learn the horn excerpt Short Call, which is from Wagner's opera Götterdämmerung. And I'm super excited to see how they do. Let's jump in.
It's fat with a PH, it's thick with like 20 Cs, it's a big...
So like I said, this week everybody's giving their best shot at the Short Call, which is a super famous and super popular high horn excerpt that you see on basically every audition if you're doing anything associated with high horn stuff. It's super challenging, very exciting, and definitely a fun one to play. It comes from a set of epic operas by Richard Wagner. This one's from the last opera in a set of 4 called Götterdämmerung. And it's a big horn solo. There's nothing else going on stage, just one horn. Playing from actually off stage, which is why a lot of the times this excerpt calls for just a really huge, big, brilliant sound, and that's kind of what we expect to hear on auditions. And yeah, that's something that I'm hoping that everybody else will pick up on when they play this excerpt. So being that this is actually a straight up horn solo, there's a couple things that we want to consider when we're playing it. First, you can think about the tempo and the timing that you're using when playing. We want to keep a pretty consistent tempo throughout, but you can definitely fluctuate and play with a little bit of rubato in each of these phrases. Second, definitely is the musical phrasing. You're playing by yourself, so you want to really portray this kind of heroic character that should be portrayed with this excerpt. It's got to be exciting, powerful, and absolutely heroic. Those are both definitely things that I'm going to be listening for when everybody else is playing. And I want to just see if they kind of have an idea of what this excerpt should be when it's performed live. So I'm super excited to jump in and hear how they do. But first, let's give you just a little bit of a reference of how it sounds. This is how I might perform Siegfried's Short Call. Alrighty, so first up, we're going to take a peek at Mr. Alex Melzer. See how he does the Short Call.
My transient.
Interesting. He's rocking some cool slippers.
There it is.
Oh dear.
Okay. So Skib has asked us to do a short call this week. It's kind of like, cuckoo! That's what a short call sounds like.
More or less, that's how it goes.
So stupid. Okay, so I've actually secretly wanted to do this one for a while. I saw a really funny video of James Markey, who plays bass trombone in Boston Symphony. He was doing short call on bass trombone, all in 6th position.
Oh dear.
Which I thought that was really funny.
I imagine that's lovely.
I might try that today. I'm a little scared.
I've been saving some of the bigger excerpts, so this will be interesting to see how this goes.
Excerpt.
I cannot wait till he gets to the end of this excerpt. If he's playing it in that octave.
I wish you wait the notes, but I don't want too much tongue in the sound either.
I like that he's concerned about the phrase and kind of where things are going. It's really easy to play this excerpt just kind of straightforward. Bop, 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 bop.
That's a weird partial.
He could always just play the proper positions, but Alex is always pushing the boundaries.
gotta do a fall off the end. It's jazz.
The eyes bulge. Much respect for the octave, Alex. Much respect. Oh, a little pre-game loosening up of the chops.
Now that I've destroyed my face. I also have a lesson in 15 minutes. What am I doing? The things that we do for YouTube. Okay.
Praise YouTube. All right, good luck, Alex.
This is super weird. I don't know. Okay. You should go.
Pretty solid. All the notes are there. Style's pretty good. And he squeaked it out.
You can't win them all. I mean.
Well, as Alex generally does with these, he certainly went for it. Played it in quite the high octave. But it was overall a good challenge. I think he gave himself even more to work with by playing them all in the same position, which was an interesting choice, but I appreciate it. All the notes are there, more or less. The intonation was a little funky, I think mostly because of the position thing he was playing around with. I think I would have loved to hear a little bit more of that kind of courageous, excited, brassy sound that you might get with, you know, the hero Siegfried playing his call. And maybe a little bit, it doesn't have to be quite so in rhythm, you know, you can play a little bit with where things are going and help add to the phrasing in that way. But overall, as we say, hashtag valiant effort. And a boppity boppity boop. All right, so next up on our list today is Mr. Svend Lykkegaard. I don't know if I got that right, but let's see how this goes.
And my time starts now.
Thanks,
All right.
Alexa.
So first of all, I can see it's an F. I picked C trumpet because then...
He's got the squeakiest chair in existence, doesn't he?
F in F has precision. My chair likes to talk as well as you hear.
That's going to be fun to deal with.
See, another thing is divided in 3. I think I'm going to lead to that C natural. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
It's a good call.
How much break can I take there?
So I'm hoping to hear a lot of clarity in the sound, especially from a trumpet player.
Mia from Stockholm Chamber Brass playing. I remember she took some breaths in between, so I think it's fine. We will break here.
Yeah, you can play around with the time a little bit.
I'm going to give the first call right there a stoic feeling.
Yeah. Speeding up a little bit through this last one is definitely a good idea. Towards the end of it, the rest of the orchestra comes in. It's a big, exciting moment. So you don't want to lose energy there at all.
Excited, right? Happy and excited. Yeah.
I like what he's going for there. The shell might be a bit much, but you can do some in there, yeah. And I'm hoping that he lengthens that long note at the very end. You don't want to just bop it a bop. Really give that note the full length it deserves.
Excited.
Hopefully he'll add that in.
And then, oh, that's my time. Alexa, stop timer.
Good luck to you, Svend.
I'm gonna just empty spit from every single tube I
Oh,
got here.
good.
Yep.
But still, take your time. Yeah, no problem.
What about the bell?
The panel's not waiting at all for you to play. Sounds pretty good so far. All right. Great. Okay. Yeah. So that was Sven, and I think he did a great job. Another valiant effort, of course. Things that I liked about this performance, I liked the clarity in his articulation. I appreciated that, yes, everything's written forte, but he put a little bit of his own flavor on there, a little bit of his own spin. I could have asked for maybe a little bit of edge in the sound, but that's a smaller thing. I do wish that he had held that last note just a little bit longer. It felt kind of like he got there and it was over. You want to really, that's a huge, big moment, climactic thing of this tune. So you want to really prove that you can own that note. It's a really high note for us horn players, and you want to just own it. Hold it out a little bit longer, and just demonstrate that potential that you have. But otherwise, really nice job. Alrighty then, so up last for today for this challenge, we've got our wonderful tuba player, Mr. Cameron Holt. I'm very excited to see how this goes. I'm hearing high horn excerpts played by low instruments is always very funny to me, and I'm sure he's going to do a great job. So let's jump right in.
What's up, dude? Super excited to be doing the short call this week.
What's up, dude?
So I actually wasn't incredibly familiar with this excerpt before you gave it to me, and after listening to it, this is one of the favorite things I've been handed, like hands down, during the excerpt challenge.
Awesome.
Go.
He's taking this at a nice octave too. This will be interesting.
I am curious to see how much of the tempo I can kind of play with there. It's only those 2 bars, but this really seems cadenza-esque. I wouldn't call it a cadenza. It is an unaccompanied solo, so maybe we're splitting hairs. So a little push and pull with the tempo.
Definitely.
May be appropriate.
Yeah.
But
there shouldn't be a crazy
sure.
amount.
Let me still figure that out.
But you can absolutely play around with the time a little bit in this one. I think if you can find ways to make it help your phrasing, that's the best way to think about it.
I would love to play this in an actual recital hall.
Of course.
Because the recordings I found, and I'm sure
definitely
Dan will
help.
sound like this as well, it's just such a huge sound. It's fat with a PH. It's thick with like 20 Cs. It's a big sound room here.
And part of the reason for that is that this solo is played off stage in the performance. So to project like that, to get that kind of sound, you have to play even bigger. So it's definitely, big and fat, as Cam says.
There we go.
Nice.
So
you got up there.
I'm playing it in the upper octave on tuba. It would definitely be easier to do it in the lower octave. I think it just sounds much better. The hard part then is getting those high notes.
I would love to hear a little bit more clarity on the first 2 notes. He's kind of playing them together. Ba 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 ba. If you can ba bum, I think that might help out a little bit here. I'm also hearing within those first 2 notes, it feels like a different tempo than the rest of the excerpt. So there can be a little bit of tempo fluctuation, but I think if you can start in time, that would be a little helpful. I'm really impressed by his high range. This is great. Sounds awesome.
Okay. I'm already feeling it. I have 4 seconds left. I'm just going to wait it out.
There you go.
And there we go.
Good luck, Cam. Nice.
Not bad. I'll take that. I wish I had a little bit more pop on those high notes coming in.
Don't we all?
You know, but can't get them all. Released in the 5 minutes. Anyway, that's it for me this time. I look forward to seeing what everyone else does. Catch you later.
Thank you, Cam. Yeah, another solid one. Everybody's really doing a great job this week. So let's see, stuff that I liked about that. I like that he was playing around with the time. I think that's, with this excerpt, you shouldn't be afraid to do a little bit of rubato here and there. I think he could have clarified the tempo that he was taking within the first couple of beats and then played with the time after that, which is a little more picky, but I think that it's a small thing, but can still make a difference. I liked his phrasing, especially in that last part of the call, up to the high F there. I thought that was really nice. Again, just like Svend, that last note could be held a little bit longer. He kind of hit it, and it was done. And it's just, especially for horn players, showing that you can maintain that high note with that intensity, I think is definitely a plus. So I would have loved to have heard that. But this was a really, really solid round of challenges, and I do not know what I'm going to do when I have to pick a winner. But we have to try. All right, so wow, that was great. Everybody really brought their A game this week. I think it was wonderful performances all around. Everybody had something a little different to say with this excerpt, and definitely, this is going to be a tough one to judge. So let's start by going through everybody that we had today. First up, Alex on trombone. I thought did a great job. He made his life a little more difficult, definitely, by playing everything in that one position, and that messed with his intonation a little bit, but I thought he still brought a nice style, a nice lightness to the articulation that could be appropriate in this excerpt. I would have loved a little more, maybe volume and brilliance in his sound. I think that would have gone a long way to helping the style, but overall it was really nice. Next up was Svend, and man, he brought a wonderful sense of clarity in his articulation. There was great phrasing. He was really mindful with what he wanted to do with the excerpt. I think his last note could have been held a little bit longer. That would have definitely helped. And then maybe just a little more brilliance in his sound, because this is definitely a heroic excerpt. You want to show off that kind of stuff. And then last, Cam on tuba, another one that just really blew me out of the water. He had great style, I thought. He played with the tempo, maybe a bit too much in moments, but I liked that he was going there with his thinking. His phrasing was nice. Another one that could have held the last note just a little longer. Definitely would have helped. But really a great performance from Cam this week. So there's got to be a winner, and this is a tough one. I think it could be anybody, but put some thought in, and this week I'm going to say the winner of our excerpt challenge is Svend. It wasn't easy to pick, but there's got to be a winner. Sorry to the other guys. I think they did a great job, but congratulations, Svend. You are the winner this week. Thanks so much for watching today's video. If you liked what you saw today, go ahead, please leave us a like, comment, subscribe, do other things that you're supposed to do on YouTube. It really helps us out a lot, and we'd love to see your support. And in the comments below, actually let me know if you would have picked somebody different as the winner today. It was definitely a tough challenge for me to judge, and I'd love to hear what you have to say. But that's all from us today, so see you next time.